Baby, can you understand? I'm just half a man. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. Okay, let's get that popping. We're gonna get started in a minute, y'all. I'm just doing some housekeeping. Like to for some reason I didn't do this thing right. Please share. Okay. We are live in effect. Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm wondering what the heck is going on here. Can y'all hey, can y'all hear me? Huh. Let me check something real quick. Uh I don't understand what's going on here. Uh let's see. I don't know what's going on here. Y'all don't get the hell out of here. Damn Tinder. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. I want to welcome you guys to the Facts Over Feeling podcast. I am your host, the infamous Iceman. Can you dig it? More bounce to the ounce, and I say what counts. Don't nobody go home till the fat man gets it in. What's happening, chocolate people? Glad to see y'all with your face in the place. Can you dig it? Uh, just trying to, man, I wonder where I put that thing at. Anyway, I ain't gonna worry about that right now. Anyway, want to get at you guys on this Tuesday afternoon. Uh, shit, it's 80 degrees today. Can you dig it? I don't know what the weather's like in y'all's neck of the woods, but it's about, it ain't hot enough to jump in the pool, but it was hot today. Can you dig it? But anyway, got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I have uh I have I have been seeing a lot of off code behavior. going on out here in these streets, man. And it's really showing everyone that we need to have some men in these homes. Okay. Now, some of y'all, because you didn't grow up with your fathers, you might feel a certain type of way about that. But I'm sorry, I'm not here to, I don't care. I don't care because when it's all said and done, the truth has to be put out there. And I realize that a lot of you, YouTube is your entertainment mechanism, entertainment delivery system. I understand that. But at the same time, as a man or a woman, you should be more mature than that. Okay? You should be more mature than that because it hurts you in the long run when you run from responsibility. Okay? Responsibility. Let's take care of some housekeeping real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a new subscriber, welcome. First of all, I want to thank everybody for joining us. However, here's the deal. If people don't participate in the chat room, I'm going to start fundraising. If that doesn't work, I mean, I'm fundraising anyway. I always fundraise for contributions uh, because I usually um, help out with young people, school age kids with book bags and clothing. Why? Because if I can I can help somebody that look like me, then I'm willing to do it. Now you may, a lot of y'all, you may have to feel a certain type of way about that. I don't. Okay, because I don't have a lot, but the little I do have, I'm willing to share with other people. So I ask that you contribute tonight. You could, if you look above in the chat room, there is our Cash App IDs up there. Oh, I agree, Mr. Asmo. I agree. I agree with everything you wrote. I only block people if they don't participate. I only block people if they've been warned and they keep doing the same thing over and over again. After that, I'm just going to end the broadcast because I got, I just went to the store. Bought some food, man. I need to, there's some stuff I need. I haven't eaten yet. So, hey, man, I ain't, I'm still coming out of this flu. I was sick for about almost 2 weeks. So I'm still coming out of that. So, man, I ain't really with the foolishness. Okay. I see everybody as grown. And if you don't want to be an adult, then don't hit up the Iceman. There's places you can go on YouTube where you can get mindless entertainment. This ain't the place. Okay, I'm not saying I'm a bore, but this ain't the place for the foolishness. So I'm just letting y'all know up front. Okay. Okay. Anyway, now I want to give you guys some context before I go into the topic. Look, people, the French president is over there in China, meeting with the president over there in China. He straight up said on worldwide media, and by the way, everybody hit the like button, please. He stated that if America goes to war with China and Russia, the French ain't gonna be part of that whole that party. They ain't gonna be party to that situation. Not a good sign. Not a good sign for us, people. We have an incompetent president in the White House. This man is super incompetent. Everybody is testing us and will continue to test us. Iran is buddying up with Saudi Arabia. Okay. And a whole bunch of India, Libya, a couple other countries around the world who normally kiss Americans' ass, kiss the American government's ass, are now forming their own commodities coalition where they can trade instead of trade. Remember, I told y'all the only reason why the dollar, the value of the dollar can go down to a penny. Okay, does that mean that the American government is broke? No, because all America is and let me give you some context. Oil, stuff like oil, grain, stuff like that. Anybody that does business with the UK and the Americans, they trade commodities in the American at the value of the American dollar. Okay? I don't have time to give you a macroeconomic lesson. I don't have time to give you a macroeconomics lesson, but I'm going to break it down as much as I can. They are talking about, they are doing this. Saudi Arabia just met with, they're part of that coalition. It's about 7 to 8 countries that have met in the last month. And they are discussing ways of getting around the United States and doing business with us due to some of the economic constraints that America has. They are already tired, people. When the French government, France is a very rich European nation. They have the nerve to still have colonial powers over some countries around the world. Okay, we do the same thing, but we just call our imperialism and colonialism, Puerto Rico and Virgin Islands and uh, the Mariana Islands, some of those islands in the Pacific, we call them territories. Same thing, though. Okay, they have no states' rights. They have less benefits than we do, and they get a smaller budget to work with. That's why Puerto Rico's already, most of these Latin American countries and territories are economically mismanaged anyway. There's so much corruption, even more corruption than over here in this country. Okay, this is one of the reasons why the uh, Puerto Rico hates us. Puerto Rico hates the status that they're in because they're pretty much in a holding pattern and will always be. They will never make Puerto Rico or Virgin Islands states. Never. Never. Okay. And they need at least 75% of Congress to ratify that decision. And they ain't gonna never get 75 to 80% of that in Congress. Okay. So they're stuck. Okay. Anyway, when you got a superpower like France, and France does a lot of dirty dealing, just like we do. When you got the French government, you got the president of France saying, we ain't getting involved in America's bullshit. That's not a good sign, people. I told you guys. These people are not playing. China and Russia are not playing. They're not playing with us. Japan did an end around and told Biden that they have no choice but to buy oil from Russia at above market rates. So I saw the ticker today on the news, and it said that the um, uh 55-gallon barrel of oil was trading at $80 a barrel. So Russia probably is charging Japan $90 or more. Now remember, World War II got started because John D. Rockefeller cut off Japan's oil. That's why they attacked us at Pearl Harbor. Okay? Now you ain't gonna never hear this in history class. Okay? So the point that I want to make to you is this. We're going to war. You can expect it. It may not happen next week. It might not happen this year. But it's going to happen because I've heard several generals get on the news and say, in the next 2 years, we're going to be in a war. They're saying it now. And I'm not saying that to scare nobody, but like I told y'all on a few broadcasts past, that America ain't gonna weasel their way out of this one. Okay? Now, has Saudi Arabia probably been doing business under the table with Iran? Probably so. Just because America and the UK see Iran as a threat doesn't mean Saudi Arabia does. Because Saudi Arabia only plays a ball. They only play a ball enough that we don't fuck their money up. Okay? You have to understand, America is the locomotive, it's the economic engine of the world. If our economy falls off the cliff, everybody else's falls off the cliff too. Okay? And it's going to be worse for them because a lot of some of these countries don't have stable banking. They don't have a stable banking system, especially Latin American countries. There's so much corruption and stealing going on. But you got countries like Mexico, which has the 15th largest economy in the world, still crying pole mouth. and sending all they filthy ass, dirty ass, anti-black, racist ass people over here to sponge off this country and be a parasite off this country. And we keep sitting up here letting it happen because we ain't got no guts. Okay? So the point that I'm going to make to y'all is this. Those of you who are eligible for the draft, for a possible draft, I feel for you. Because you're going to be, look, Russia and China ain't Iraq and Afghanistan. Okay? It's not going to be that kind of party like most people think. Okay? We talking about a ground offense on 2 continents. And I'm going to tell you right now, China's going to fight nasty, just like Vietnam did. Okay? Y'all can sit up here and think this is some bullshit if you want to, because you watching MSNBC and CNN thinking that ain't nothing about to pop off. Because you ain't heard seeing the liars on CNN and MSNBC and CBS, ABC, and NBC tell you that the stuff I'm telling you. Okay? I want to make sure you're prepared. See, black folks like to sit around and play games and get mad at people like me that try to get you prepared. So what you do is you turn me off, thinking that the threat is gone. Because all I got to do is get the Iceman out the paint, and I ain't got to worry about none of this man shit or this woman shit. And those of you who have children who are 18, 19, 20 years old, your children will be getting that card in the mail saying, come down here and get this physical. Because they're going to need a draft this time around. This ain't going to be that fake ass Iraq and Afghanistan bullshit that they pulled the last time, fighting attacking countries who ain't got the capability to stand toe to toe with us. Okay? And don't think that America's so badass that we can't get our asses kicked. Ask them Vietnam veterans about getting their ass kicked. Okay? They thought they was, to see the British went over there to Vietnam, got their asses kicked in the early 40s. Then the French came over there in the 50s and got their asses kicked. Then we came over there and got our asses kicked thoroughly. Okay? I'm telling you this stuff because I'm a war veteran. And I know how to I know how they get, I know they get down. I know they get down. And I know how to read between the lines of the stuff they, even on Fox News that does tell some truth. I know how to read between the lines and tell you exactly what's about to pop off. Just like I told y'all about these shootings. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. Okay? But let me set this up. Let me quarterback this thing. This is not a good sign. Trump would have been way more responsive than Biden. And I'm going to post some stuff on my Facebook page. If you one of my Facebook friends on Facebook, or you're not, let's say you're not, get at me. Let me put my my username in the chat room here for Facebook. Go over there to Facebook and look me up. You should see my profile picture of me and this Brazilian chick. Anyway, Exactly. Jeremy Binion, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Mr. Mac, what's cracking? I don't like where this is going. I'm gonna post some stuff on Facebook that I can't really post on. I don't have the mechanism to post on here, but I got some stuff. I did some research, and there's a reason why Biden keeps trying not trying to not totally go ham on China in the press. And it's not just because of the all this manufacturing we got going on over there in China. It's not just that, although that's half of it. Because look what happens to our supply chain if we go to war with China. And they sitting up here making 60 to 70% of all our goods. Oh, wait a minute, I gave y'all the wrong no, I gave y'all the wrong username. Hold on, player. Hold on, man. I gave y'all the wrong one. Hold up. I put that backslash in there. Yeah, brother, it's getting bad out here, man. But everybody's still fronting, though. Everybody's still stunting. People still stunting like they got it popping. So my job is to make sure my black people, my beautiful black folks, are up on game. Because, like I said, I'm gonna post some stuff that's gonna trip you the hell out on Facebook after we get done with the live stream. Okay, and it's proof, it's receipts. Okay, okay. It's not no innuendo or conjecture. It's receipts that, oh, let me give you one of the main reasons that America is sending billions of dollars, sending blank checks over there to Ukraine. Remember remember Dr. Fauci, who was the executive director of the National Institute of Health? Where my DC folks at? Some of y'all probably work over there. A lot of black women work over there at NIH. Okay. NIH falls under the Health and Human Services umbrella. Okay. And I tell you guys, risking my safety, I tell you guys that the CDC and the NIH are the main two. Now, what they do, they don't just study viruses and disease and bacteria, microbial stuff. That's not all they do. We are the number one creators of bio weapons for war, nerve agents, and that we also make the vaccines for that shit. And like I told you guys, I never had no sinus problems. But as soon as I went over there to Desert Storm, over there to Iraq, and they shot us in the ass with all them vaccine, anthrax, nerve agents, bio agents. By the time I came back from Iraq, I had tumors and cysts and polyps all in here. My surgeon said, It took 3 hours for him to cut all that shit out of there. So this is why I tell y'all don't take that vaccine that vaccine for COVID, because if you got underlying heart problems, matter of fact, there's folks that don't have heart problems who are dropping dead after getting them vaccines. Okay? It automatically causes heart malfunctioning. AFib. AFib is a form of heart failure. And you may have to take medications for the rest of your life because of damn vaccine. If they're not giving you medications to heal you from getting COVID, which is the best thing for your immune system, not vaccine. A vaccine, basically what a vaccine is you get, somebody stabs you like this and cuts your arm open, and then here comes somebody coming over there with a Band-Aid, putting a Band-Aid on a 7-inch scar, on a 7-inch wound. Now, you know damn good and well that ain't gonna do a damn thing. It ain't gonna stop the bleeding, and it's gonna cause probably, you're probably gonna get an infection because it needs to be cleaned out. That's what a vaccine is. It's a Band-Aid, and it's a useless Band-Aid. Y'all see that footage of Dr. Fauci's documentary where he's talking to this brother in DC, and the brother was like, man, I don't bring that bullshit over here. Here, Fauci and Mayor Bowser walking down the street trying to act like they care about black folks. And this brother went off on Fauci, and they hurry up and got off his stoop. He was like, man, he was like, well, he was like, so you telling me if I take this vaccine, I'm not gonna get COVID? Well, you just ain't gonna get the 100% strength COVID-19. Man, what the hell are you talking about? That's like saying somebody is a little pregnant. Either you got it or you don't. I was sick for 10 days. Let me tell you something. I didn't have a little flu. I had all the way 150% flu. So a flu vaccine is a waste of my motherfucking time. Especially since it doesn't do shit. Let me tell you what vaccines are. Vaccines, there are certain vaccines and certain things, like with animals, vaccines work great with animals. Okay? For rabies, other type distemper, because y'all remember a few years, 6, 7 years ago, I had a dog, and I took her to go get all her shots when she had to get them. And when next time, and I'm about to get I'm thinking about just getting a cat for right now. But I'm gonna go get me a little Shih Tzu or a little Frenchie, little puppy. So I'm gonna have to take that puppy over there to my vet. There's a vet over here in Eden Prairie. They're nonprofit. They don't charge that much money for stuff like that. Okay, and if it's something major, I can take them over here to the University of Minnesota's School of Veterinary Medicine. Okay. Anyway, what's up, Mr. Old School Rod? I ain't seen you in a minute, man. So vaccines work great for stuff like that. There's some cancer vaccines that work. But think about it. They've been working on them vaccines for 10, 15, 20 years. I know Trump was trying to help when they pushed those pharmaceutical companies to hurry up and make a vaccine because people were dying. I get it. But these vaccines, as it relates to COVID-19, are wasting your time. And you could be destroying your heart muscle getting this damn vaccine. And remember, when I don't know how many of y'all took the vaccine, didn't they have you sign a release form? Because I know they ain't just walk you in there and jab your damn shoulder and that was it. Because people are now trying to sue Moderna and Pfizer and Merck and all these other companies who are making vaccines. They are trying to sue these people, and they saying the courts are saying you have no recourse. You signed a release that you are absolving the federal government and the pharmaceutical companies from civil liability. You don't believe me? Look it up online. This is why I keep telling folks, black folks, don't get that damn vaccine, man. Every year at the VA, when it starts up here, about September, October, they start talking that, oh, Mr. Iceman, you want let's go ahead and get you that shingles vaccine. Nah, bitch, I already had shingles. Okay, well, you can get it again. I don't give a shit. Now that I know that all I got to do is come up here and get Cyclovir, I think that's the name of it. It's a virus medication that knocks that shit right out. In 24 hours, I was feeling better. Then they like, well, let me give you the flu vaccine. I'm like, hell no. Have you got it in the past? Yeah. And 2 or 3 days later, I got the flu. I'm like, well, what the fuck am I getting this shit for? Now, remember, these pharmaceutical companies are making billions of dollars. These pharmaceutical companies are making billions of dollars. Remember, they charge your medical provider. They charge your medical insurance, and they charge the VA per syringe. So remember, the vaccine is free to you. It ain't free to these medical providers. Think about that for a second, people. And for them to tell you that and keep pushing you to get this vaccine and then providing it for free, but yet your cancer medication, you got to go take out a mortgage. You got to take out a second mortgage to pay for your cancer treatment, because that chemo ain't no joke. In some cases, depending on what kind of medical insurance you got, man, that shit don't cover radiation and or chemotherapy. Not the full amount, because that drip, that bag, they just dripping into your body, that medication, nigga, that shit costs about $20,000, $30,000. Your medical insurance ain't paying 100% of that. Now the VA will pay it, because I'm a totally disabled retired veteran, and I have a war designation. So I get pushed to the front of the line before everybody else. Okay? And I can also go to DOD hospitals on these military installations, with the exception of overseas. I think that's only emergency only. Okay? I'm giving you straight up facts, y'all. You can take this info and do whatever you want with it, but don't say you weren't warned. I don't trust anybody who's pushing medication, pushing vaccines on me, yet my medication for this disorder or for that or this, that, and the third, you ain't paying for that. You ain't giving me my chemo for free. You ain't giving me my treatment for this bone disease, my medication for this bone disease. You ain't giving me that shit for free. You charging me a copay for that. I got a sorry ass sibling that got non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. They got non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And I guarantee he's got good medical insurance. But I'm willing to bet $1 to a donut that he got some residual medical bills from that chemo. Because unless you work for the federal government, the state, or you work for some big company like Merck or Microsoft or something like that, your benefits ain't gonna be shit. Okay? Just like with the VA home loans. Those home loans are 100% guaranteed by the federal government. But there are high stipulations that mortgage companies have to meet. Okay? Be that as it may, unlike a regular loan that you would get as a civilian, they may only finance 80% of that mortgage, which is why you got to come up with 20% down payment. Now, if you on the FHA program, which is what they give a lot of these immigrants that come over here, they give them a free loan. They ain't got to have credit. They ain't got to have no credit. They getting a fresh social security number. See how they do us and how they treat these other people? And they ain't even citizens. They wasn't born here. But let's get back to this war situation. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tie this simping and tricking in with what we're talking about. Our economy is in the toilet right now. But you wouldn't know it if you go to the grocery store because everybody's on their phone fronting, everybody's stunting. Yeah, nigga, shit. Man, I told that hoe to come by the crib, dog. And yeah, man, she was all on, she was giving me dome on the couch, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Nigga, rent probably 2 months in arrears. When I see these women at the grocery store, I went to Walmart and one of these high price ass grocery stores on the way home. Had all your hood rat, all your spider leg eyelash wearing hood rats, bonnets on their damn heads, house scooting around in house shoes, $2 house shoes, knowing damn good and well the only way they paying for that food is that EBT card. Okay? But you got a lot of cats out here stunting. And we know damn good and well, especially as a single mom. Excuse me, y'all. Sorry about that. We know damn good and well as a single mom, we know you struggling, even with child support. Lord have mercy. This girl got an ass on her. Anyway, you got fools out here. Look, when you look at the numbers, that's why I'm not a big fan of TBA or Jason Black because to me he's pompous, and I think he's very unfair toward black men who are out here trying to get their money right. Okay. I don't like that. You don't put some of these brothers out here doing the best they can. Everybody can't make $1 million a year. Just because you made millions doing these movies, that ain't everybody else's trajectory. That's why I don't put average guys down, because I'm still average. I'm a little above average, but I'm average nonetheless. Okay? I'm not rich. Do I have great credit? Yeah. But that's because I pay that stuff off. I look at how much they charging me in interest, and I'll be like, man, fuck this shit. I'm gonna pay this shit off. Anyway, Biden is a beta man. See how I'm tying this in? Biden is a beta man. Okay? Just like Obama was. And you see, nobody around the world respected Obama. They didn't respect him. And a lot of countries that thought he was gonna get up there and do the right thing as president of the United States, especially some of these like countries like Jordan, they lost respect for Obama. They're like, oh, you ain't nothing but the white man's nigger. Okay? Then here come Biden's ass, Mr. Beta Man. Let me get back to that bioweapon stuff. America has over 25 bioweapon sites in Ukraine. Now your wheels starting to turn, ain't they? I'm gonna post that information on Facebook. So if you ain't my Facebook friend, look in the chat room. That's my Facebook username. Go put that in and send me a friend request. I'd be happy to have. Okay? Friend request. I'd be happy to have. Okay? See, they done all they gonna do to me. So I'm gonna put all their business out there. I'm not gonna put everything, especially some of this CIA stuff. I'm not gonna put that out here. And I can't chance, creating a group for everybody, and I don't know who's an agent and who's an agent and who ain't. Okay, because a lot of these intelligence people and federal law enforcement, I told y'all they got somebody sitting there monitoring shit. Okay, and that's why they spend so much. They've spent so much time the last, since Biden been in there trying to shut people down and shadow ban people. I got testimony. I mean, them Project Veritas people. Remember that little faggot Project Veritas people? Remember that little faggoty little black dude that was head of research and development at Pfizer, and he was talking about how they were purposely taking the COVID-19 virus and creating mutations so that they can make more booster vaccines to make money off the federal government. Because remember, every time somebody gets stuck in the shoulder with that syringe, that's $20, $30, $40, $50. And the government is happy to pay it because you got to understand, you live in a fascist country. You live in a corporatocracy. Biden don't run shit. That's why they don't want Trump back in there, because Trump wasn't kissing their ring. He wasn't kissing their money. He was like, fuck y'all, I'm a billionaire. I don't need money, motherfucker. And if you talk crazy to me, I'm going to bitch slap your ass. That's what I love about Trump. That's alpha male behavior. That's why they coming up with all these bullshit ass criminal cases, coming up with the, all this little bullshit at like that old fat, that. Who the fuck is this? Man, if y'all don't get the fuck out of here. That's why they don't want Trump back in there. Because Trump was like, fuck y'all. He was acting like a straight up nigga. They didn't like that. And you got to understand, CBS, ABC, NBC, CNN, HBO, Showtime, all of these companies are owned by one or two companies. Okay? One or two people. And they don't want their money fucked up. And they are in the business of providing us with propaganda. You look at the news right now. Do you ever see anything worthwhile they talking about? No. If they not posting some black person's face all over this 5 and 6 o'clock news, talking about look what these niggers done, but totally omitting all of the violence and mayhem that white Americans are out here exacting on each other, as well as other non-white people. The way they kicking the facts, it looks like black folks are the only ones committing crime out here. Very seldom do they plaster a white guy's face all over the news up here. Very seldom. They got to really be done fucked up for them to do that. Okay? They really done had to fuck up. You dig? Let me get some water. So fucking fun. So they are using Biden's weaknesses against him. You have to remember, most of these manufacturing outfits that are in China and Taiwan, they're owned by Democratic donors. George Soros, some of these unknown billionaires out here. Do you know George Soros lied to the Nazis to get out of Hungary? He lied and said he was a Christian, and he had a Christian dude look out for him. Do you know they killed the rest of his family? So I'm giving you context of the kind of person this guy is. And he also was over there in Nazi Germany, over there in Europe. He was also sending innocent Jews to get slaughtered, getting put on them trains, in them boxcars, to go get gassed up in them ovens, or get gassed up or get put in them ovens. So he doesn't have a problem. He doesn't have a problem financing all these lame ass Democrats, because this is a game to him. Like that fat ass Roland Martin looking Alvin Bragg, that DA in Manhattan. Those of y'all who live in his county, make sure when this motherfucker comes up for re-election, make sure you make just like Lori Lightfoot. Make sure his ass don't get re-elected. Because this shit he's pulling with Trump, we all know it's total bullshit. Everybody and their mama know it's total bullshit. You can't explain that shit other than this motherfucker's reaching. You digs? Now, Biden knows there's a conflict of interest if they just run out. Biden knows there's a conflict of interest if they just run up on China. First of all, they are a formidable enemy. That's the first thing. The reason why they ain't gonna run up on China. The second thing is that will shut our supply chain totally down. It will shut it down. And all the electronics that we invented, but then we help create companies over in these 50-50 deals over there in China and Vietnam and all these other places to make these DVD players and televisions and all that shit. There's only there's only like 2 or 3 manufacturers that make all the TVs. LG, Samsung, Sony. There's only about 4 or 5 different companies that make TVs for all these marketing companies. Samsung is one of them. They do make their own TVs. Samsung is one of them. They do make their own TVs. But some of these other folks don't. But they put their name on the shit. You see what I'm saying? So there is that money that's flowing, that all them profits that's flowing out of, because remember, people, as a person that works, you should be highly offended that these no good companies will go set up shop over there in China, taking that $20 an hour job that should go to you. Instead, they're over there in China paying them $7 an hour, building up their economy. Okay? Now, America and China is damn near neck and neck with the biggest economies in the world. Now, some people will say, well, all we got to do is yank them companies out of there. Yeah, but how long you think it's going to take for them to retool and set up that same operation down in Mexico? Because you know they ain't going to come over here. Because they want to do everything they can to keep from paying us a decent living wage. That's why we have all this economic strife out here. That's why a single mom is a total dumbass to go out here and have a child when it costs $300,000 to raise a child. You're a dumbass to go out here and have a child without a husband and a second income. You're a dumbass. Yeah, I said it. You are a dumbass. You ain't got a lick of sense if you gonna sit up here and have a child in this economy with no husband. That makes you look real stupid. That makes you look real stupid. Sorry, that's just facts over feelings. You're a moron. If you're that dumb, you deserve to be poor. When I see these single moms at the store, especially these black women, like today, I'm driving in the parking lot at the grocery store or at Walmart, and I see this black woman coming out. She wasn't ghetto looking or nothing like that, but she was talking shit to one of her. She had two sons with her. She was talking shit to one of them boys, and I said, you know what? I guarantee she take all her frustrations out on them. Your daddy ain't shit. No, you ain't shit. Okay? Don't blame it on your baby daddy. That's your fault. You the one parted your kneecaps, not him. He just laid in between them legs and do what niggas do. But Biden is trying the beta male approach, hoping that this China and Russia thing will just go away. But like I said, one of the main reasons why we are protecting you over there, protecting that sorry ass, Nazi ass goddamn country, is because we got bioweapon labs over there developing bioweapons. Remember, the NIH and the CDC, they'll come up with the formula for that shit, but they'll contract that out to like that Wuhan lab in China or some of these other uh manufacturers around the world that make bioweapons. We even do business with Russia behind our fucking backs. You'd be angry as a motherfucker. And let me just say this here. If France is telling us up front they ain't gonna help us. They don't give a fuck about no UN resolution number, whatever. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. We ain't getting into this shit because they can see the long game. That this is going to be the fighting countries like China and Russia can damn near totally wreck your economy. Because the only people who are getting rich are the defense contractors who make the tanks and the guns and the munitions and the bombs. But remember, we live in a corporatocracy. We live in a fascist country. Behind behind the curtain, the wizard is all these corporations, and they are the puppet master. They're the ones that are telling Biden on down what to do. Governors, congressmen, senators, city council, mayors, they all kiss the ring. They all kiss the money of corporate America. And that's why you can't get no recourse as a black American in this country and get these son of a bitches to do right by us. Oh, I know a lot of this is hard to hear, but it is what it is. Ain't no need of faking the funk. Let me tell you about problems. If you sweep problems under the rug like dirt, it'll work for a minute. And then after a while, people are going to see that rug get raised higher and higher and higher by all that dirt and bullshit you keep sweeping under that rug. So after a while, it's going to be you're going to be to the attention of people that visit your home. They're going to be like, man, when you going to get that dirt off from under that rug? It's showing, dog. So Ukraine is doing over there manufacturing bioweapons, and we are subcontracting with these weapons, bioweapons, and nerve agent weapons outfits that are in Ukraine. It ain't never black and white, people. It's always in the gray area. Remember that shit. Because they want you to think that this is just, this is about Russian aggression. This ain't got shit to do with Russian aggression. America ain't never gave a shit about nobody else. Okay? The only reason why we got involved in World War II is because the Japanese attacked us. You know where Hitler learned all his racist Gestapo Nazi tactics from? Us. And we financed his war machine. Wall Street did. The late president George H.W. Bush, his mother's father, his maternal grandfather, he was the number one investment banker on Wall Street that was laundering Nazi profits and sending the money over there to Berlin. Did y'all know that? Coca-Cola was involved in killing Jews. Several other companies were involved in that war behind the scenes. We fought the Nazis, but at the same time, we were financing the Nazis. Ain't that a bitch? But remember, white supremacy funds both sides. Remember that. You think George Soros ain't a white supremacist? They always fund each side. That's why I always say, follow the money. You want to know what devilment is going on? Follow the money, nigga. Because that's what the money ain't gonna lie. Who's benefiting them facts ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be what it is. And you can choose to be on board, or you can be a fool and a moron and duck your head in the sand because you think it ain't gonna never affect you. Let me tell you something. All you bullshitters out there, if we go to war with China and Russia, nigga, and that supply chain gets shut down, some of y'all ain't gonna be able to function. Because remember, it ain't just electronics and auto parts that get manufactured over there in China. It's also EV vehicle batteries. Now we're going to start manufacturing batteries over here in the next year, which is a good thing. Okay. Now let me say this to you. If you're out here bullshitting and you one of these people that have to get an iPhone every 2 years, what you gonna do when that supply chain gets shut down? Because that's the first thing they're gonna get done. And you know what's gonna happen to our economy? I don't even want to think about it. But I will sound the alarm and let you know that this ain't gonna end well for us. Now we can sit up here and print all the money we want to print. That ain't gonna get us out of this situation. Because remember, I said if you think if now Egypt was talking about sending 40,000 rockets over there to Russia, and we get 50, and we give Egypt $52 billion a year, and we've been doing it since 1978. Now, remember, when they give these countries this money, this is cooperation money. Just like they gave those African nations $55 billion in exchange for trillions of dollars in natural resources and minerals for them, for these computers and cell phones. The more technologically advanced these things are, the more minerals, different type of rare minerals that they need in order to make this smartphone. Remember, some of you, and because I've done it, some of us can run a business off this damn phone. You could even text off of these new phones. Now this phone is 3 years old, but you know my carrier keeps sending me emails talking about, well, hey, you can get that new iPhone, man. Fuck you. I ain't giving y'all $800 more dollars. The only reason why I got this was because my other iPhone, I dropped it on the ground and it broke the screen. So I lost all my music, all that shit. And now I gotta set things up on my MacBook so that I can do my iTunes off of there. Because right now I do it off of this old raggedy ass PC, that this old HP computer that I've had for 100 years, and it's not compatible with these new phones. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is this: when we look at these shootings, I get a lot of cats that say, "Ice, man, what's up? I know you back in 2016, 2017, you was always talking about that this is going to become the norm." Didn't I say that? I said this 7 years ago. These shootings are going, when that Vegas thing happened and all them 500 people got shot at. I said this is and then Stoneman Douglas happened right before that. And now they said we've had over 169 mass shootings already this year. Can you believe that? We barely into April. These people ain't playing. And let me tell you something. A lot of people are talking shit about that little he-she thing that ran up in that Christian school, killed that brother and them 5 other people. So a lot of people are like, that motherfucker, people ain't saying that motherfucker was crazy. Now they, normally they do that. They Bob was crazy. Bo was crazy. Bodie was crazy. Connor was crazy. No, Connor wasn't crazy. Connor was evil. So when you look at that he-she thing that ran up in that school and shot it up, that's a beta male. Actually, that I forgot. That was a female masquerading as a man. So that might not be a good example. But this dude that shot up that bank yesterday, beta male. The dude that shot up that elementary school down in Uvalde, Texas, beta male. Y'all see a pattern now? The black guy that shot people up at Michigan State University, where I used to go. Beta male. They never said why he did that. But I guarantee it's money related. How you gonna sit up there and take your financial frustrations out on innocent people like that? And then be a bitch nigga and kill yourself? That's beta male thinking. Now, I'm not excluding some of these folks that run up in some of these workplaces and shoot motherfuckers up because, motherfuckers was fucking with them. I'm excluding them because that's a different situation. I remember when I was living in Atlanta, a brother ran up in a FedEx operation, a big ass FedEx warehouse, and shot his boss, shot co-workers that was calling him nigger and talking shit. He killed about 5 or 6 people. Okay? I'm not going to say he's a beta man because some folks can't handle being harassed every day. I've been on them jobs where they calling you mayate and nigger and shit like that, and you trying to feed your family and yourself. That's why we deserve and demand reparations. You digs? The Stoneman Douglas dude, the white Cuban dude, ran up in there, killed 17 people. Beta male. The dude, now I'm not gonna say now the Buffalo shooting was something else. I'm not gonna get into that on here. That was a hit. That was a hit, people. The other 9 people were just collateral damage, unfortunately. But that was a hit at that grocery store in Buffalo. Don't get it twisted. Okay? Because the FBI was involved in that. Remember, there was an FBI special agent that he was communicating with. Why is a special agent in the FBI talking to a lay person like him? This dude was a bum. He wasn't successful. Why is a special agent talking to him? Now, see, you notice they didn't. Now, the black guy that was the retired Buffalo, I think it was NYPD officer. Remember, you can pull this up on YouTube. He invented, and I saw the video. He invented. Guess who that undercuts? ExxonMobil, Royal Shell, ConocoPhillips 66. Y'all get the picture? Marathon, Sinclair. Y'all get the picture? So we feel it is alleged, and there's a strong possibility that that was a hit. And that FBI agent was coordinating with that assassin. Okay? And they tried to make it look like it was a random shooting, and it wasn't. Because they said he went right to him. Y'all better open your mind up, man. Y'all Y'all better wake up and smell the Folgers. Better wake up and smell the Folgers, man. This shit ain't gonna get no easier. It's gonna get more and more difficult to sit up here and watch the news every day and see some innocent people getting murdered. Now, that dude at what's his name? The dude in Louisville that shot that bank up. What's up, Mr. Williams? Hey, I got your contribution, brother. I think you sent me an email asking me if I got it. Yeah, I got it, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it, brother. There's a video of him on YouTube running. That machine works. Now, it's a small scale, but think about it. If somebody went out there, every inventor who created a combustible engine that ran on water, they ended up dead. Do you know how cheap that would be to run off water? And this dude's a retired cop. He ain't no engineer. And he invented that shit. And then a few months later, he ends up dead? That ain't, man, I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences, people. You might, but I don't. I don't believe in coincidences. I believe in strategies. And you can't tell me that wasn't a hit. That wasn't no random shooting. I'm sorry, it wasn't. You dig, Aronies? So this is one of the reasons why I'm so adamant about putting this information out there, because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Y'all done to me. Y'all done everything y'all gonna do to me. If you try anything else, I got something for you. Okay? You're not gonna run up in here, and it's gonna be a free run, and it's gonna be free. It's gonna cost you. Now, I'm not a civilian. Okay? That was a hit, people. So that was a different animal. But all the rest of these, in that Las Vegas, when they killed all, 50, 60 people, and 500 others were wounded, that guy was a CIA asset. See, they ain't tell you that, did they? I had to dig. Damn CIA asset. See, they ain't tell you that, did they? I had to dig damn near to the center of the earth to find the proof that that was what it is. I had to dig for that information to find out that the CIA was tracking him. He was a weapons dealer, just like that dude, that Russian dude that they traded Brittany Griner for. He was an arms dealer, an international arms dealer. That he's one of them kind of dudes that is probably selling arms to nefarious characters around the world. Okay? Which is why everybody said Biden was an idiot to trade that guy for Brittany Griner. That wasn't a fair trade. Brittany Griner ain't nobody. I mean, I'm not saying as a human being she ain't nobody. I'm saying status-wise, she ain't nobody. She's a damn basketball player. She ain't no politician. She ain't no Maharaja or nothing like that. She ain't no public figure. You trade See, that showed Biden's inexperience. See, you got to understand something. Biden, beta male Biden, as a U.S. senator, he wasn't shit. Okay? He wasn't shit. And his only claim to fame is that 1994 crime bill and a couple other smaller, minor level crime bills that he sponsored. That your boy Clinton signed into law. All you into law. All you Bill Clinton fans talking about Bill Clinton is the first black president. Yeah, he's the first white president that locked up a whole bunch of niggas. Just because he like catfish nuggets and collard greens and Patty LaBelle don't mean he get a pass. But with these old civil rights niggas, and these church niggas, that's all you need. You don't need you don't have to, white folks. See, this is one of the reasons why I don't deal with the yo white girl, the gray girl, or the white dude to be yo my nigga and all. I don't deal with them types. Because first of all, I know they full of shit. First of all, and secondly, some of these yo white folks are just as racist as the ones who's talking about nigger. You digs? And a lot of y'all want to be buddy with the cool white girl, the white guy that acts black because you got low self-esteem. Okay, let me turn this air conditioner on. Man, it's hot in the motherfucker up in here. Shit, I thought I saw the devil in the living room. Hold up, y'all. Hey, if you haven't contributed yet, please go ahead and do so. I'm gonna take a quick break, give me some libation. I'll be right back in a couple of minutes, y'all. Keep it locked right here.
We know how many friends Jackson still have that by proxy. I think everybody knows it.
Lucy.
Oops. And Katie.
Okay.
Want this to smell good?
Your root. They're engaged and mature and have mature conversations.
Ever and Tom are the only ones who miss this at the top. And Katie.
Okay.
Want this to smell good?
Your room spray just got me in the eye.
Oh, your eye smells good.
We're ready to party!
Oops. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey. Come on in.
Your room spray just got me in the eye.
Oh, your eye smells good.
We're ready to party.
Whoops. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey. Come on in.
Hurricane and Tom are the only ones who missed this. And Katie.
Thank you.
What? This does smell good.
Your room spray just got me in the eye.
Oh, your eye smells good.
We're ready to party.
Whoops. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey. Come on in.
That's so cute. Thank you. Shot. It's a
It's a
You feel it best and have 10%.
If you're involved, it will be the gong.
Lucy's. She don't scream, she don't holler, she don't make a sound.
There we go. All right, y'all. I'm back. So when you look at the beta male mind, the simp and the beta male mindset, remember, it encompasses it permeates throughout their whole life. Everything is done from a beta male perspective. Okay? The way they buy food, the way they pay their bills, the way they treat women, the way they allow women to shit all over them in exchange for some sloppy sex, some sloppy used vagina. Okay? That probably ain't that clean anyway. You digs? So the way I see it, the way people do one thing is how they do all things to a degree. Okay? My dad is a beta male simp. And the only exception with him when it comes to buying cars, my dad is a hell of a negotiator, and I get that shit from him because I do the same thing. I come in there, I've already crunched the numbers at home. I'm like, I ain't paying no 16% interest. Nigga, I got perfect credit. I'm not paying you no 16%. You better get the fuck out of here because I'll get up and walk out. Now, with buying cars, my dad has some restraint. But that's the only thing that he does that's not a beta male trait. So there are exceptions. Okay? Just like I had somebody on Facebook, I had some black woman say to me, so you just lump all black women in the same boat of being hood rats and bum ass single moms. I said, no, I don't. You ain't never heard me say no shit like that. But I can't ignore that 80% of the black households out here are headed by black women. I can't co-sign that. I can't let that go. You dig what I'm saying to you? We can't sit up there and look past that. You see a lot of black women getting on code or pretending to get on code because they see the writing on the wall. Because long term, all that strong and independent bullshit, they can see the error of their ways. And they can see that white daddy and white mommy ain't got their back like they thought. And now you can see a lot of black women getting the brakes beat off their ass and getting Asian, salon owners dancing the Macarena on their asses. Okay? Doing the step in the name of love on their ass. Okay? So some black women are trying to pretend to have some act right. But I had one sister say to me, she said, well, when you look at this whole situation, do you look at it as can a single mom change? I'm willing to say yeah. Is it likely? No. And let me tell you why. It's unlikely. It's unlikely because most women get negative reinforcement in American society to keep doing the same shit they keep doing, even though they 20 years older. You know, here this woman is 45 years old, still doing the same dumb nigga shit. Still trying to get over on niggas with a big ass belly and a cellulite ass with dimples all in the ass and pimples on the booty. And then got nerve to have a tramp stamp on their damn back. No, that person ain't gonna change because look, women ain't gonna change unless they have to. Okay, men are forced to change because if we don't change, we can go out here and get and get killed if we don't change something. Our lives depend on pivoting. Whereas with women, the way the feminists have set the American society up the last 50 years, what they want to do is put women in a position where they ain't gotta fuck you. If they marry you, they can rape your ass in divorce court. If you put your hands on them, you go into jail. And pretty much they're infallible. Okay? They can do whatever they want to do. And unless it's just the most egregious shit, they don't get punished. I know y'all see the writing on the wall. But a man, he can't be stupid like that. He can't be stupid like that. But they can, or they think they can. But see, that's why when you walk around your neighborhood grocery store, you see all these disgruntled ass women, particularly women over 30. They disgruntled like a motherfucker. Because there's a difference between being disgruntled and being angry. They're both. They're mad that they made all these bad decisions over their life, or their adult life. They ain't the it girl no more. Their body look like shit. They bad built. Okay? Out here looking like Sherry Shepherd when she had all that weight. How many quality niggas you gonna get looking like that? And then on top of that, your face ain't popping. Because you ain't take care of yourself. You're out here drinking all this alcohol and all this juice, all this sugar, all this damn wine every damn night. And then you probably smoke cigarettes because you're frustrated. All of that, and then you're partying too much. You fucking too many niggas. By the time this woman get 40, she done lived the life of somebody 80. You digs? She done lived 2 lifetimes based on her looks already. Because from 18, 16, 17 to the time they either get, some nigga done got them pregnant. Look at them. The party's over. You got to take care of this little human being running around here. That's why I'm glad I don't have no more kids. Because I'm like, fuck all that. Like I tell women all the time, if you want me to treat you as a priority, you're gonna have to earn it. I'm not giving you shit. I'm not spending no money on you, and I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about what TBA say. And see, I don't like some of this shit he be saying, because he's like, this nigga gonna sit up here and say, well, women don't like average men. Okay, cool. Okay. You don't like average men. But you ain't that cute. So what you gonna do? Huh? You ain't that cute. Or you cute and you got a nice body, but you got 2 kids by 2 different dudes. You ain't got no time. Like, I'll give you an example. I was looking at this old bullshit ass show on the OWN network called Ready to Love. And they got all these black professionals on there. And some of the finest women that they got profiled on there got children. And they come walking up in there with this attitude like, yeah, you are fine. You an 8 or a 9. I give it to you. Face and body. But you got 2 kids. And all of the brothers are, pretty successful guys. I mean, they're not all of them ain't ballers. I mean, there's a lawyer, a couple of accountants mixed in there. One brother's an RN. So those cats make some good money. But and I don't think any of those guys had children, if my memory serves me correctly. So why would you want, just because somebody fine, why would you want somebody that got 2 children by another dude? That ain't a good setup for you. I've met women over the past 2 or 3 years that would say stuff to me like, Ice, you got 2 or 3 years that would say stuff to me like, Ice, you got some high standards. I said, oh, I ain't supposed to have no stand. Because see, you got to understand, all women of all races, their mentality is a black man should take anything. A black man should take anything. And you know what? Most of the reason is because we do. Okay? When I go around this Twin Cities area with all these decent looking women around here, I still see niggas walk around here with women that need a bag over their head. And they need to wear a long ass trench coat to cover up that bad built body. I see the numbers going down. I see the numbers going down, but some of you females must be getting hella salty. Some of y'all getting salty. Okay? I'm just kicking the real, man. I'm just keeping it a buck. You can do what you want to. What's cracking, yo? I'm willing to give a woman some carpet. But the problem is these women ain't willing to work with us. And you going out here making $150,000 a year ain't gonna change that. I don't give a fuck what TBA says. Cause see, when he says stuff like that, that's when we get into him being pompous and a know-it-all. And on that tip, he don't know it all. Okay? A man some men are not motivated. Some men are not motivated to go out here and kick ass like every other man. I don't expect you to have the same drive that I have. Okay? And I shouldn't put you down because you don't. See how that works? Now he sits up there for 2 or 3 hours putting dudes down. Yeah, do some bum ass niggas call in and deserve that work? Yes. You a 50-year-old man and you have the income of a 15-year-old child. Yeah, you need that work. But everybody don't have the same opportunity. And we shouldn't be throwing people away because of their income. Okay? Do I live below my means? Yeah, I do. But that don't mean I'm balling either. I just don't fuck my money off. You'd be surprised how much money you got left over at the end of the month when you don't fuck your money off. See, a lot of y'all be out here in the club, you be in the bars, fucking with them bitches, buying drinks and shit, instead of making that bitch buy her own drink. Okay? I ain't nobody's bartender. I see them thirsty ass, broke ass hoes in the bars, sitting there trying to play like they, that used vagina as something that I should put my house up for. Get the fuck out of here. You can kiss my ass. Okay? I'm not trying to impress nobody because see, what TBA ain't saying is that a lot of the stuff he be talking be borderline tricky. Okay? I'm not buying no woman no goddamn car. I don't give a damn how fine you are. You could be a dime. I ain't buying you no car. Better get the fuck out of here. I could do it, but why would I? And TBA can say all the shit he want to say. But it's tricking. I'm not going to go out here to make $200,000 just so I can stunt for these bitches. That's beta male shit. Pussy should never be your motivation. Long range goals should be your motivation. Being financially independent should be your motivation. Fuck these broads. Okay? And I don't give a shit what TBA says. It's tricking and borderline simping. You shouldn't go out here to make 6 figures just so you can get, so you can get women. But then he'll turn around, talk out the side of his neck and say, women are a byproduct of the successful male. Yeah, that's true. You can't have it both ways though, brother. You can't tell folks not to simp and trick and be a beta male, but then on the other hand, you telling them women are a byproduct of being successful. Because let me tell you something. I know guys that make $250K a year and more. And let me tell you something. Them niggas be struggling. They still be struggling with women. Yeah. Do the women they get look way better than the women I get? Yeah. But I'm not gonna get no 7, 8, 9 to 10. I shoot for 6s. That's good enough for me. Okay? Because a 6 is still a good looking chick. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you need to go out here and make 6 figures just so you can get women. Because you can go ahead and get the money and still not get no women. I had exactly Cigar with Mac. I got more women when I was broke and didn't have shit than I do now. And it ain't just because my standards are higher. Because the women that I dated when I was barely making it, barely keeping a roof over my head, some of them women were willing to do. Some of these women had corporate jobs. They would come over my house and scoop me up and buy me clothes, take me out to eat, and then bring me back and suck and fuck me. Think about that for a second. But this nigga's telling you gotta run out here and make 6 figures? Nah, man. That is a fractured argument. That argument holds no water, in my opinion. And I'm willing to debate him on that. It holds no water. Now, I can tell T. And he think niggas ain't reading between the lines with some of the stuff he be saying. Okay? He needs to make the money he makes to get women. I don't need to go out here and make no millions of dollars. I don't. And some of you don't either. And don't let somebody like him tell you that you got to go out here and ball all out of control. Yeah, there's certain women that I know I got to, they got to get flued out and all this old bullshit. Yeah. There are women like that. But I ain't fucking with them. When I was in the music industry, man, it was just too easy. You go to these bars that, play music later on in the nighttime. I'm there to promote this group or this singer or this rapper. They be like, who you work for? I work for myself. This is my firm doing this. Oh, okay. Okay. You got to have a mixture of game, a decent job, and have a decent place to stay. And you got to be on an upward trajectory from that point. Okay, now that I agree with him on that. You can't just be, oh, you met me, I'm making 50 and I'm okay, I'm comfortable, I'm okay. I ain't balling, but I'm okay. I'm making 55. I make 55 a year when you met me, girl. But remember, the clock is ticking with these women. Well, remember, a woman doesn't want to sit there and give up ass forever. And if you sit here and waste her youth bullshitting around, knocking the ass out, beating the guts up every night, she gonna want to kill the next nigga. Okay? She gonna want to pull out a gun and shoot that nigga in the head if he decides to pull the same shit. See, with us, we can 60, 70 years old start a damn family. With them, they can't do that. A woman can't be out here 50 years old having children. But a man can. He can be 75 years old having his first child, and ain't nobody gonna trip. Hell yes, she'll resent your ass. You think my ex-wife ain't mad at me because, she wasn't all that great looking to begin with. She was okay. But by the time she got with the simp she with right now, you know, that body swole up, and it swole up even more under his management. Because under my management, I was on that ass. I'm like, you ain't gonna be no fat ass out of shape bitch around me. So when she tried to pull that shit the last few years we were together, you know what I used to do? Leave her ass at home. When I went to go hang out with people at work, I didn't bring her ass. Everybody else bringing their girlfriends or wives and shit. I'm the only one sitting there trying to, you know, holler at bitches at the bar. Because I don't want her ass with me, embarrassing me. Because remember, your woman is your representative. So if she show up looking like the female version of King Kong, she show up looking like Dr. Umar and shit, you gonna get, even the women gonna clown you. Nigga, that's where you get this ugly ass bitch from? This bitch face look like a whole stretch of I-94 from Detroit to Chicago with all the potholes and everything else. Okay? My ex, when I met my ex, she was skinny as hell. But under new management, she looks like a turd. And the older she get, the uglier she get. Okay? You think that shit don't bother her? Cause she know that nigga she with ain't shit. All the lying that nigga was doing about how much money he got. I'm like, bitch, you must can't count. I could have told you that nigga didn't have shit. But that's what your ass get. Thinking you trading up. Listening to that Ciara shit. Girl, you gotta level up. Level up to what? It's a known scientific fact that the first man that a woman gets in her late teens and early 20s is the best man she gonna get. With the exception, there's always exceptions. A white woman that keeps her titties and her ass looking good and getting that fake and bake shit, get that fake and bake shit done, she might be able to get a second or third husband balling out of control like her first husband. But a black woman's chance of that happening, even a bad bitch, even a bad sister, the likelihood of that happening is slim to none. And that really, I know that really burns her ass up. Okay? Because if it didn't, she wouldn't have been fucking with me all this, fucking with me, she wouldn't have been fucking with me the way she was the first 10, 15 years we were divorced. I'm like, bitch, why you always trying to pull some shit? I'm like, bitch, I ain't paying you no more money. Well, the kids need this. I'm like, take that shit out the child support instead of getting your hair done with the fucking money. Okay? Fuck out of here. That's why when I meet women now and they try to run game on me, I be like, lady, do you really think that your game so goddamn tight that, you know, I ain't never seen the game you got because you just a bitch with game. You got so much game you need a referee? Please. Okay? Yes, the more money you make and the more expensive toys you have, yes, you attract better looking women. I don't drive a bucket, but I got a little car in this garage. Okay. And I know when women see that car, I mean, it's a good looking car, but it's a small car. I mean, it ain't as small as a Fiat. And I know when women see that car, I mean, it's a good looking car, but it's a small car. I mean, it ain't as small as a Fiat, but it's a small car. I know women be looking at me saying, I know this nigga got more money than this. But I keep my bills low. I'm not paying $800 a month for no Benz. Just to get, you know, be sitting at the light. That ain't never been me, dude. Now, some of y'all get off on that. I don't. Because when I look around and I see that payment, them taking that $900 out my damn account, and then I gotta pay $350 to $400 a month for full coverage car insurance, nigga. By the time you get through paying all that shit, you paying mortgage money for that car. I know guys that went out and bought these $80 and $90, $100,000 car. And you know what they driving when they were younger? You know what they driving now? Just a regular old Maxima or something. Or they got a Ford Explorer, just a regular old SUV. They was like, man, I don't need to buy no expensive ass car. I got a house over here. Okay? I got a trick ass cousin. Remember I told y'all about that cousin I got that live in Houston that was dating that old ass German chick that slapped the shit out of his ass, that slapped the shit out of him, slapped his ass so hard that he felt it on the other side of his face. The one that I went down there to Brazil with, man, my cousin, you know, he didn't meet his daddy till his 50, almost 50 years old. My aunt, I'm not even gonna get into that. I ain't gonna get into my aunt's business. I ain't, But all of them got different daddies, except for the last two. Okay? I went to Brazil with this nigga. This nigga was taking bitches to the mall, buying their kids clothes, nigga. And this nigga had the nerve to text me yesterday with all these average looking Brazilian chicks talking about, man, I've been going down to Brazil, man. I got a girl down there. I said, yeah, nigga, as soon as you cut the corner, wine over there hitting it for free. Talking about how much money he had to spend. I said, nigga, I know you down there tricking your money off. Nigga, I know you. You a certified trick. And see, somebody like him is a simp and a trick. Okay? He brought that, we met a Brazilian woman when we was in Sao Paulo. He met his second wife. A rich white Brazilian chick. She was about a 6. I give her that. Now she a bodybuilder up here. That nigga brought that woman up here, and as soon as she got up here, all them white Brazilians that she kick it with was telling her, girl, what you get a nigger for? What you get a black man for? Black men ain't got no money up here. 3 blocks away, she was fucking some white dude that had a $500,000 house. Okay? And you know a $500,000 house in Houston is a real nice house. Okay? He married and divorced her twice. That's what this dumb nigga did. Now he going back down there, because see what this nigga do, he lie on his dick and he be lying on his wallet. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you might be able to string the average dumbass black woman along, but you ain't gonna string no white woman along. I don't care where she's from. I don't care if she's from Europe, South America, or over here. She wants confirmation that all this shit you've been talking, nigga, that your money is straight. This nigga was driving a raggedy ass car, But he was living in a real nice apartment, living in a real nice apartment in a nice neighborhood, which fooled a lot of women. And if you see the women that he fucks with over here, they chunky, they old. I don't date women my age. I tell women that all when I get hit on by women my age, I'm like, man, all you gonna get is some dick. You gonna get some hard dick and bubble gum. That's all you gonna get out of me. I don't do relationships with old bitches. Okay? I talk to women in their 30s, and I'm in my 50s. Okay? You don't never date a woman you can't afford because she gonna embarrass your ass. Remember, these women, they ruthless, man. They more ruthless. They more ruthless than a damn soldier. Okay? They ruthless, man. They ain't gonna cut you any slack. That's why I don't cut them no slack. But they expect it just because they feel entitled. All you can do is control your behavior. You can't control nobody else's behavior. I'm not paying $2,000. Now, my stupid ass cousin works for a travel agent. So he probably got a deal. No, he took a cruise down there. I didn't know this until, very recently, maybe the last 5-6 years, that they have cruises that go down to Brazil, but they hella expensive and they long as hell. I've been on cruise ships. I ain't too keen on them on no ship, dog. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I don't like being on water. That just ain't my thing. It ain't my thing, player. Just ain't. To each his own. But I'm gonna tell you right now, it just ain't my style. Okay? It ain't my style. Okay? That's one of the reasons why I live my life. I live my life to please me. I don't live my life to please women. You'll never win because no matter how much money you got, I know I got a frat brother that makes $500,000 a year. He's an investment banker down there in Houston. I mean, he had a dime for a wife. Light skin, badass body, pretty ass face, and she was batshit crazy. Every time he got ready to leave her dumb ass, she talking about, I'm gonna kill myself. Shit. Doing that shit. That's that 1970s shit. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna drink this Drano. Go ahead, bitch. Hope it unclogs them pipes. You digs? Mr. Snow, what's cracking? So what I want to convey to you guys is this. The world is being run by a bunch of beta males like your boy Biden. Okay? You got all these beta males in Congress voting for all this LGBT bullshit. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of these fags. I'm sick of these fags and these lesbians. I don't give a fuck. I'm sick of them. Yeah, I said fags. You ain't gonna stop me from calling you fags and freaks. The Biden administration ain't nothing but a freak show. You have got Jill Biden up here kissing Kamala Harris's husband on the lips like that's her nigga. Come on, man. You know they in there getting freaky deaky up in there. There's no telling what they got, big wife swapping and shit. When I first got in the Air Force, man, the first base I got sent to, nigga, they was wife swapping up there. There was when I was in base housing after I got married, man, I had women live across the street from me trying to holler at a nigga. I'm like, damn, is this what these motherfuckers be doing? Like, god damn. When I got there was a 2-star general pimping out some damn enlisted chicks to other generals. Oh, it was all kind of shit going on. But this was way back in the day. You did. That's the old Air Force where you could just do any goddamn thing. Okay? The military is fun back then. It ain't fun now. They done fucked it up. You digs? But I'm going to tell y'all this, man. On the strength, learn how to make yourself happy. A lot of y'all don't know how to do that. And you don't reach out to find out how you can do it. You think everything, your happiness is tied to somebody's vagina. If that's the case, boy, you got some hella disappointment coming your way. Okay? The number one reason why American men get married is to have access to 24/7, 365 pussy. That's the number one reason. Most of them ain't gonna admit it. But that's the reason. Because they don't want to keep going out to the bars and the clubs. They're getting older. They want to put down some roots. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to be out there in the club at my age. I shouldn't be divorced, but I am I don't like being single at this age because you work too goddamn hard, man. You'd be surprised. These little sorry ass bitches out here, 40 and 50 years old, man, these bitches be on one. I mean, you should see the expectations they come to the table with. And then sitting up here got a bunch of kids or more than one ex-husband. And you sitting up here like you 21 years old with no children and you a dime. And you trying to call hands. You up here trying to call, you trying to get the highest bidder. Well, you ain't gonna get that from me. I'll let you go. Let that nigga over there buy your drinks all night long. I ain't buying your shit. And it ain't cause I'm mad. I've learned by experience that you don't put out unless she puts out. I've been saying this shit for 13 years. I've been doing, even before the Iceman show, I was telling y'all, hey man, there's only 2 scenarios you ought to be whipping your wallet out. If you know that she gonna give you some pussy that night, hey, go ahead and show a good time. Ain't nothing wrong with that because you getting something for it. Remember, dating ain't free. Dating is pure quid pro quo. Remember I did that video 12, 13 years ago? Don't let these women talk that dumb shit to you that you shouldn't expect anything. You should expect every goddamn thing. The second scenario is if you got confirmation that this looked like it's going to turn into a relationship. Those are the only 2 situations you whip your wallet out. For a bitch you done met on Tinder that you don't even fucking know, man, you better make that bitch buy her own shit. And don't let these women try to run that game that, well, if you would have paid for everything, I'd have fucked you. That's bullshit. Most of these 99% of the women you're gonna meet on these apps and these dating sites ain't shit. And they are the lowest common denominator female. They are the worst. You better off standing down there downtown hollering at bitches as they walk by. You better off doing that than sitting up here thinking you're gonna find something on Tinder. Look, all that Tinder, all that, that's for white people. That's for white people. Or real good looking black men. Or black men who are out there in them streets like that. I ain't out there in them streets like that. Look, man, I'm at the house. That's why I went and got out of them renting townhomes and all that old shit. That's why I went ahead and bought a house. This ain't my first house. But I knew I was sick and tired of living in them attached, townhomes and apartments and hearing people fucking and people arguing and all this old kind of shit. Yeah, a mortgage is more expensive, but I don't give a shit. I'd rather be in a house. I'm sorry. Because most of the time I don't hear shit when I'm inside this house, depending on where I'm at in this house. I don't hear shit. And I like to keep it that way. All right. Yeah, I'm starting. I'm gonna start early, like 4:00, 4:30, because I don't want to be going to no 8, 9 o'clock at night, man. Plus, I got something to do tomorrow. I can't be on here to no 10 and 11 o'clock at night, man. I need to be getting in bed because I already don't sleep worth a shit. You digs? Anyway, hey, go by AskTheIceman.com and contribute, or hit us on the Cash App. This site for fall semester. Okay. Trust me, man, it's a lot of broke ass broads, dude. They be coming down there to get them book bags and them school supplies, and I started buying clothes too, because a lot of these kids, man, a lot of these black kids, man, you see how they look. See, back when I was a kid, you didn't send your kids to school looking like that. But see, these single moms ain't shit. Okay? That's why I stepped up. Okay? So hit us on the Cash App, $1, $2, whatever you can afford, man. All right? All right, we chopped up some good game tonight. I hope you guys got some information you didn't have before. Next week, Tuesday, we're gonna start at 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. Central Time. We're gonna talk about these cuck niggas out here. Okay? Because I'm seeing some out-of-pocket shit on TV, man. There's some embarrassing shit situations that some of these dudes putting themselves in. Hey, man, it's one thing to embarrass yourself in your private life, but to be on TV doing it, I'm sorry, bro. You get no respect from me. But we're going to talk about that next Tuesday, God willing. All right, man. Y'all, God bless y'all. Take care. I want to thank everybody that contributed tonight. Be safe out here in these streets. Keep your head on a swivel. And remember, don't get caught slipping out here without your tool. Can you dig it? You know what I'm talking about. All right? Holla at your boy.